Well, with me, the winning captain, Andrew McIntosh, who is obviously delighted with the way that his team went today.
Oh, mate, it was huge effort from the boys. Outstanding.
So defence is as much as important as attack today.
In finals, Tom, defence is at A. We spoke early in the week that we wanted to put in a full performance. First half, boys come out, we held on to the pill. We're clinical with what we did, carried well, put them under pressure. And then the second half was just all about a bit of ticker and making sure that we didn't let them into the game. And it was unreal, mate, unreal.
And with the wind at your back, you took the option of trying to score tries, not just settling for 3-pointers?
You know, there's one of the things we talked about with you during the week too. We knew that if we had them under trouble, we knew that they were in card trouble with their penalties. Our forwards were going well, they were mauling well, picking and going well, so we wanted to put them under pressure and actually hold on to possession, and really paid off for us in the end.
And when you turned around, it was a matter of buying some time too. You managed to kill time very effectively.
Yeah, it was. As we said, it's just all about applying pressure. We talked about our discipline. I thought the boys actually D'd up. We didn't allow Scotty to come into the game with his goal kicking because we put the points on in the first half, and then the rest of that was just ticker, mate, and it was unreal.
And you shut down all their attacks, all their flashy players who looked dangerous, but who were doing it ones and twos. Yeah,
we talked about chop tackles as key. A couple of times when they broke through, we probably went a wee bit high, but our chop tackles were the ones that got through, mate, and they were good.
So how does it compare with the other victories? Are they all as sweet as each other?
Oh, it was pretty good, mate. It's always to get a good win over Marist. There was a lot of talk during the week, and as you know, the Marist fans are pretty loud and pretty vocal, so it's definitely up there with one of the better ones, mate.
Well, not so happy, obviously. Scotty's the captain of Marist. The win was a factor today. You chose to play into it. What was the thought?
We thought if we could hold on to the bill and build a bit of pressure in the first half and keep in touch, then with the win behind us in the second half, we sort of thought we'd be a good chance, but wasn't to be. They played bloody well, took it to us up front, all across the park really, and bouncing the ball just didn't quite go away. We're a little bit off our game, and they scored 3 good tries in the first half, and it was sort of kind of all over then, yeah.
You started out well defensively, you did up well on a flat line, and they had trouble breaking you down, but when they did, you started to crack a little.
Yeah, probably a little bit. It was probably right at the start where we sort of had them really pinned down in their own half, then gave away a silly penalty, and obviously if that win, Richie's got a big boot on him, put it right in the corner and straight away we're under the pump, and we held out for a while there, but sort of just come, a lot of pressure being built up, but the boys never gave up, and in the second half there we held our line, and still proud of the boys.
You've got to be proud of a couple of guys in particular. Jonas Sieper, what can you say about a guy nearing 40? He played as well as anyone today.
Yeah, I just can't describe it. I don't think I've ever seen someone as maybe Brad Thorne, but at club rugby he just turns in, week out, and he always plays like that. He never has a bad. I've never seen him have a bad game. Always gets us going forward, always makes his tackles. He's just unreal. I think hopefully he keeps going for another 5 years.
Well, he and Ua Tamariki, another one of course, who was here last time you won a final. Just that experience is worth a lot, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think those other younger guys will learn from that. Hopefully we can keep majority of our group together, and those young guys will learn from that, and hopefully Ua and Nelly and Sieper and those guys can stick around for a couple more years, and we can sort of get back to this, and we know what it feels like to get here and lose, so obviously we sort of stay together and really try and come back here next year and do one better.
Yeah, it's a hard night to reflect on the good parts of the season, isn't it? But you will in 24 hours or so.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's like we just said out there, it's been a pretty good season, pretty proud of the boys' effort. Where we've come from the last couple of years, we've been bottom of the table, and to really come out this year and we took it to teams, we played well sort of week in, week out, defence was good, and it was just wasn't to be today, but still proud of the boys' effort.
And proud of the support again. They turn out numbers fair weather or otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. They're here today. We were expecting a few, but there was probably more than I thought, so we definitely appreciate it, and it was just a bit disappointing that we sort of couldn't give them a result to cheer about, but hopefully they'll be back next year and we'll be bigger and stronger.
Well, the last word has to go to the player of the day, and for us it was Willis Halahollo in midfield. It made a big difference. You'd be very pleased with the outcome of the team, first of all.
No, very happy with today's effort. I think the boys turned up to win instead of turning up to play, but I think full credits go to all the boys, and we really worked hard this year and came out with a win, so it's pretty good.
It's a good midfield combination, understanding you've got on defence.
Yeah, I think we've really worked hard on that. Because we've had a few injuries and we had to mix up our midfield combos, but I think we really worked hard over the last week and put it together today, so it's pretty good.
So you're doing a bit of kicking today. What was that like, into the breeze and against it?
Oh, I think it's just me trying to step up as a player. You can't be one-dimensional. I guess I got to pick up a few things, a few work-ons, and I'm just trying to get to that next level, so I've got to work on everything, so yeah, it's coming well.
But that's a good run the Woodlands had. It was a shaky start to the season, but just kept building and building.
Yeah, I think with a few injuries and some of our boys on the bench stepping up and starting, I think it really helped with the regular starters to come today and just prove that they're meant to be starting, so it was pretty good.
And getting control of the match by half-time means you can dictate the terms in the second half.
Yeah, I think we really wanted to start well. The first half was real important to us, just getting field position, but yeah, we pulled it off in the second half with a few times on our line, so it was good full credit to the boys.
And now looking forward to a stag season with hopefully more success.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We've been working hard all year. I've been here since February, so yeah, still working on the fitness and the weight, but hopefully stag season will get me to play good and get in good form.
Apanui signalled he wanted it. Haloholo takes a step, gets pulled down in the tackle of Holder. The advantage is with the Woodlands, so they can have a go at a drop goal here. Apanui does. We wait for the call, and it's a stray, so they'll go back to the penalty in a very handy spot. So Apanui makes it 3-0, and Woodlands hit the lead in the final. No success. Again, Falloon, and they'll drive on him. Maris this time a little more fragmented. This is a better momentum and unison by the Woodlands forwards, and very threatening indeed. Just as they get to the line, they get over it, and there is the first try of the Galbraith Shield final. A little bit of debate as to whether it was Taylor or Rutledge scoring the try for Woodlands. We'll get clarification on that later in the piece, but for the moment the conversion looks good, is good, and there's 2 more points. It's Woodlands 10, Maris 0. He had to stop in his stride. A little chip kick from the halfback Wallace is going to be taken as a mark, so therefore they'll go back to that penalty advantage. It's pretty much straight in the front of the post. Don't underestimate the compensation he has for the breeze. He punches it through the uprights, and the first points for Marist. And they're driving on him, and this time with the extra bulk provided by Jamie McIntosh, and immediately having some effect because they've kept it up and they've kept it straight and they've kept it going forward. But only the Hiriri can't get his hands on it. Now he does. He bursts through, slips 2 tackles, and the halfback will scamper over, and another try to Woodlands. Sloppy defence for Marist. So Apanui to make it another 7, and the lead is building, 17 points to 3, and Woodlands in charge of this match at the moment. Rutledge, sure, he wants a piece of this action, the scoring action. Rangata Hiriri to Haloholo. He's upended, but he got the pass away perfectly, and Falloon the Hot has come up with a try. He's done sterling work in the lineouts and tight. Now he gets reward for being on hand when the tries are scored. And the kick from Apanui, just a chip, and it still goes well over the dead ball line, and 2 more points to the tally. Makes useful yardage before they change direction. Haloholo, well, he was one of the line breakers in the move, and he thought he could finish it off. He's wrong. Maris there in numbers as they creep ever so closer to the line. Taylor's putting his weight behind the ball carrier. They get it to the line to get it to ground, and it is a try. And that is Shannon Carpenter coming up with the points for Woodlands. Rutledge and the penalty advantage to Woodlands. Now look at ominous threat one more time. And it will indeed be that penalty coming into what is now a gaping wound. And he does exactly that. And they are preparing to celebrate big time as the final whistle goes. And Woodlands the champions once again. They're 3 times in a row Galbraith Shield champions, and continue their dominance of Southland Club Rugby over the last decade. Marist tried their darndest. They started well, they just could not score enough points, win in enemy territory, and were forever chasing the game that was taken away from them by a superior team on the day.